Hello, my name is Whitney James, and this is my failed business case study. In 2018, Sears officially filed for bankruptcy, and in that year alone, they closed over 142 stores. Well, this may not mean much for our generation, but for older generations, Sears was the Amazon of their time. Imagine hearing Amazon is filing for bankruptcy. So how did it all start? Sears was started by a man named Richard Sears. He originally started the business to sell watches. Despite his knowledge of watches, he was a very good businessman and an even better salesman. Sears would later partner with Elba Roebuck. The partnership started way back in the 1800s. 1 year after joining the partnership, they began a catalog that took the real estate industry by storm. At this time, majority of the Americans lived on farms or in small towns and had limited access to mass production of goods. They made many of their items that they needed, including clothing and furniture. The Sears catalog allowed them to buy those goods, providing a market for goods made in factories that allow more Americans to live in the city. The concept of the catalog will be the catalyst of what grew the company, not to mention through the money-back guarantee, the credit card use for customers, as well as the fact that they sold virtually everything. These were all unheard of aspects of a retail company during this time. Sears was an innovative company even in its genesis in the 1800s. With the invention of the automobile and its popularity beginning to grow, Sears shifted its attention to physical locations. In 1925, Sears opened its first retail store. The first retail store was adjacent to the warehouse that used for the catalog orders. The stores spread rapidly, posing major competition to mom and pop shops. In 1927, Sears offered a lifetime guarantee on Craftsman tools, which became known for their quality. The brand was exclusively sold in Sears, helping make the company a force in the hardware sector. Then in 1931, Sears offered car insurance for the first time, borrowing the name of a set of tires the company sold in its catalog. Sears retained complete ownership of the Allstate brand until 1993, when it sold a 20% stake in what was the nation's biggest IPO at the time, and sold the rest of the company in 1995. In 1945, Sears reached $1 billion. The American buying surge at the end of World War II, Sears grew rapidly, and the stores became an anchor in malls, which helped push Americans into the suburbs. Within 6 years after opening their first location, the physical locations of Sears drew in much more revenue than the catalogs itself. And during that time, they began to take shape into the company that we all know and are familiar with today. During that time, Sears turned into the number one retail store in the United States, and it wasn't even a close second. In the 1970s, they built the Sears Tower in Chicago, and it was the tallest building in the world at the time. Ironically enough, it was also during the time that the company started to take a turn. The decline in what we see today isn't something new, but rather a decline that is over 40 years old. After many leadership in business purchases and sales, Sears fell behind Walmart, Kmart, and even Home Depot, its competitors. And in 1993, Sears discontinued the general catalog just short of its 100th anniversary. The timing was bad. Americans were about to start shopping online. Despite its catalog origins, Sears never became a major player in direct-to-home retail business online. In 2005, hedge founder-operator Eddie Lambert bought control of Sears for $11 billion. Lambert already owned about 15% of Sears, and he had bought Kmart out of bankruptcy court 2 years earlier. The combination of the two old line retail brands failed to strive younger and more agile competitors such as Walmart, Target, Amazon, and Home Depot. The 2004 merger of Sears and Kmart was said to be the catalyst and acceleration of the company's decline. By the year 2017, they had a total of assets of $7,260,000,000, but a total liability of $10,985,000,000. That means even if they sold everything they owned at the time, they still wouldn't have enough to pay off their debt. Although there had been a steady decline in Sears, I believe the retail company plummeted after Eddie Lambert's drive as CEO. In its annual financial report to investors, Sears admitted that there were some doubts about its ability to remain in business. The company continued to insist that it had planned to return to profitability, but the admission created more problems as vendors worried about not getting money owed to them by Sears. For example, Whirlpool pulled all of its products out of Sears and Kmart stores together. And finally, in 2018, Sears filed for bankruptcy. It hoped to remain in business and become profitable and more competitive. Sears announced another deep round of store closings. And at this time, Eddie Lambert stepped down as CEO but remained chairman. In February of 2019, a bankruptcy judge in New York approved the sale of most of Sears' assets to a hedge fund controlled by Eddie Lambert for $5.2 billion. The decision to do this will keep 425 stores open and save the jobs of 45,000 employees. If I were to advise this company and create a product that could save the company, I believe it would stem back to its original format. If you dig deep, you will realize that Sears really was the first Amazon. Amazon's online platform that we use today is equivalent to the catalog that Sears used in the early 1900s, all the way up into the end of the early 2000 era. The product that I would choose to create would be an online platform, a direct-to-home retail business online platform where customers can choose exactly what they need, whether it's appliance or furniture, on their online platform and get it shipped directly to their home. Not only will it be able to be shipped to their home, but they would have people to come in to install the products such as washers, dryers, refrigerators, etc. in your home. Now, I'm fully aware that there are many companies that already feature this type of product on their company's websites, but I am speaking of something that's more along the line of the innovation of Amazon. Because Sears was originally known for its appliances and heavily known for its appliances, I believe that they could create an Amazon-like retail platform online for appliances specifically. We live in a world where online shopping is at an all-time high and will continue to become the norm. I believe that it is Sears' job and duty to go back to its genesis, where they focus on customer care and innovation in order to stay relevant in today's retail times. Thank you.